Hey guys, stay with me and let's transform this to that. Sweetie, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to my channel. If you're into anything fashion designing, anything tailoring, anything DIY, and anything sewing, you definitely need to subscribe to this channel and be part of our family. This is the home of fashion, where we learn fashion, teach fashion, talk fashion, drink fashion, breathe fashion, wear fashion. We do everything fashion on this channel. Join us and let's move this home of fashion from big to bigger and to bigger. Thank you very much for subscribing and for liking. Let's move into our today's business. I have 3 years of fabric here. I was able to use 1¼ years for the palazzo pant. By the time I was done with this palazzo pant, I was having almost 2 years of fabric available. Guys, this was the secret that helped me to be able to achieve that. Anytime your garment or your fabric piece is not enough, or you want to save more of your fabric pieces, go ahead and draft whatever you are working on your pattern paper. After that, bring it on top of your fabric piece and cut out. When you do this, it reduces the amount of fabric pieces wastage. That is one advantage of pattern drafting. If I was cutting this directly on my fabric piece, I would have ended up using about 2 years of fabric. To begin with, we shall be drafting our pattern. To those of my viewers who are not into pattern drafting, whatever we are doing on this pattern drafting, you can just go ahead and do it directly on the fabric piece, okay? At this side of my pattern paper, I shall be marking 2 inches. This 2 inches is going to serve as our waistband. If you look at the style very well, there was a 2 inches waistband. From this other side, I shall also be marking 3 inches. If you don't want to waste a lot of pattern paper, you can just make this 2 inches or 1½ inches. But let me just make it 3 inches. The hip circumference I'm using for this palazzo pant is 38 inches. Next is we are going to determine our crotch length. For the crotch length, we are going to be dividing that hip circumference, which is 38 inches, divided by 4. After dividing 38 inches by 4, I had 9.5 inches. That is what I shall be marking here as my crotch length. Take note, I shall be marking it from where our waistband ended, not from where our waistband started. I did so because this pant is a very high-waisted pant. If it was a normal pant that would stop at my normal waist, I should have taken it from the start point of the waistband. Next is to go ahead and mark the length of our palazzo pant. For me, it was 33 inches, but I shall be adding 3 inches for the folding allowance. For the palazzo length, we need to take it from where our waistband started, okay, not where it ended, simply because the waistband is part of the length of this palazzo pant. Now the waist circumference we are also working with is 27 inches. Take note of that. From this side, I'll be coming in by 1.5 inches and I connect it to the crotch line this way. We do this to female pants to give them a little bit of shape. Next is to divide our waist circumference, which was 27 inches, into 4. From that point, we came in by 1/2 inch, not from this side, no. From that 1.5 inches, we came in by, we shall be marking our waist circumference divided by 4 plus 1/2 inch. Moving to the crotch line, we shall be dividing our hip circumference again into 4, which was 9.5 inches we had initially. I'm going to be marking it at the crotch line this way. I'll connect it to my waistline. After connecting it to my waistline, the answer we had, which was 9.5 inches, after dividing our hip circumference into 4, I'm going to be dividing it again into 4. That is how to get our crotch extension for the crotch curve. After dividing mine, it was 2¼ almost 2½. So that is what I'll be marking here from this point, and I'll come up on this line and mark the same thing. Then I'll just make a curve. So this is the simplest way to be able to get your crotch curve and your crotch extension. Don't go ahead and use any figure. Make sure you divide your hip circumference into 4. Whatever answer you get, you divide it again into 4. Now, whatever figure I'm getting from here to here, I'll come and mark it at my hem and connect that. I'll come to this side and mark 1.5 inches, this other side and mark another 1.5 inches, and I'll connect it to those points. Taking a critical look at the style, the down part of the palazzo pant is very loose, but the upper part was fitted. If you don't want it so loose, you could leave it like this, or you could use 1 inch or half an inch, but I think I wanted this just the way you saw it. After that, I'll move to this other side and connect the 1.5 inches to the crotch length. Now these lines are no longer needed. Let me shade them off. When I come here, I'll just extend to get my waistband. So I'm going to be cutting everything out. So just watch how I'm cutting it. Alright, so I'll be cutting my waistband separately. This is the front piece of the palazzo pant. So I'll be placing it on top of the remaining pattern paper this way, clipping it with my pegs to make sure it's stationary. When I'm done, I'll go ahead on this side, I'll mark 1.5 inches upwards. And I'll connect it to join with the side of the front that way. Can you see that? Then from this side, I'll come out by another 1.5 inches. On this other side, I'll come out by 2 inches. And this side, I'll come out by 1.5 inches. Hey dear, kindly use this opportunity to subscribe to my channel, be part of this family. Don't also forget to like this video and share with all your sewmates. When I come to the hem, I'll mark the same 1.5 inches at those points and I'll connect it. Basically, this is the difference between the back and the front, okay? You know, the back part of our body is more fuller and larger than the front part of our body. So all our sewing allowance, this is also going to cater for it. Please, if you want, you can go ahead and add some more allowance, but I think this was okay. And the fabric piece I was using was a bit stretchy, so I know that it was going to fit me. If your fabric piece is not that way, please make sure your allowances is around 2.5 inches or 2 inches. From this side, I'll be marking 7.5 inches. Then this side 2 inches. This is our pocket opening. There is a pocket for this palazzo pant. Let me remove the back from the front. At the center front of the pant, I will come down by 1 inch, connect it to the side with my curve and just go ahead and cut it out. This is because the front part of our body is curvy, and because of the stomach, we need to create room for that. If somebody's tummy is bigger, you need to curve it around 1.5 inches to 2 inches. If the person's stomach is flat, half an inch, 1 inch, or even no inch is enough. Now, pattern paper on my fabric, I'm cutting. I'm still adding about half an inch allowances because the allowances I gave for this pant was very little. So I've added about half an inch allowance all round, okay? Also take note, my fabric was on fold. When I'm done, I'll notch this side and also notch this other side that way. Let me do it better. This is the front piece. Let me also go ahead and cut the back piece and get back to you. Now, what I'm going to be cutting is my waistband. Our waistband is supposed to be 2 inches. So, because it's going to be on fold, I'll be making it 4 inches. And I'll need half an inch allowance on each side to be able to sew it to my palazzo. For that matter, I'll be adding 1 inch. So, in all 5 inches. This is 5 inches width plus the length of my waist and any other allowances I'll be needing. Once I was done with that, I'll go ahead and attach an interfacing. This is medium fusible interfacing. For my pocket, I'm going to be using this fabric piece right here. I'll make it 14 by 11, okay? 14 for the width, 11 inches for the length, okay? I think this was okay. Quickly, let's go ahead and start with the sewing. See you mates, I didn't want this video to be very long, so I've gone ahead to divide that into 2. This is the part 1. I also have the part 2 where I will be taking you through a very detailed process in how to sew this palazzo pant. Kindly check in the description box or check in the channel to get the part 2 of this video. Don't forget to share and like. Thank you. Bye bye.